Welcome back, NFL fans. Today we've got a breaking story shaking up the league. The Cincinnati Bengals are reportedly on the verge of trading their star edge rusher, Trey Hendrickson. But here's the twist. The haul the Bengals are getting in return? It's raising a lot of eyebrows around the league. Is this a savvy move or a major disappointment for Cincinnati? Stick around as we break down every angle of this trade rumor and what it means for both teams involved. First, let's set the stage. Trey Hendrickson has been one of the most electric pass rushers in the NFL over the past couple of seasons. Last year alone, he led the league with a staggering 17.5 sacks, earning his first-ever All-Pro nod. That's no small feat in today's pass-happy NFL. Hendrickson has been a key part of the Bengals' defense, bringing relentless pressure off the edge and consistently disrupting opposing offenses. But things haven't been all smooth sailing between Hendrickson and the Bengals recently. ESPN's Adam Schefter reported a few days ago about some progress in contract extension talks between the two sides. However, it quickly became clear that the talks were far from over. Hendrickson has made it known that he's not willing to play the final year of his current deal, which would pay him $16 million. In fact, he even posted a video of himself leaving Ohio and heading down to Florida, a strong signal that he's considering other options. Schefter's report said the Bengals and Hendrickson had a framework deal, but were being held up by a big disagreement over guarantees. But if there's a major sticking point like that, it's hard to call it a true framework. And with the deadline approaching, the Bengals appear to be moving closer and closer to the reality of trading their star pass rusher. That's where the Detroit Lions come into the picture. Pro Football Sheet Nation, or PFSN, predicted a trade sending Hendrickson to Detroit, and it's starting to look more and more likely. The proposed trade would send Trey Hendrickson to the Lions, while the Bengals would receive a second-round pick and a fifth-round pick in the 2026 draft. At first glance, that seems like a light return for a player of Hendrickson's caliber. But let's dive deeper into why Detroit might be willing to make this move, and why Cincinnati might accept it. Detroit's defense was ranked 5th in the league last season, according to PFSN's Defense Plus metric, a strong unit by any standard. But they had a major blow late in the season when star edge rusher Aidan Hutchinson suffered a season-ending leg injury. The Lions' defense fell apart in the playoffs, failing to record a single sack or takeaway in their playoff loss. Hutchinson has now been cleared for activities and is on the road to recovery. But the injury was significant, and his return timeline uncertain. The Lions know they need a proven elite pass rusher to fill that gap immediately and avoid a repeat of last year's defensive collapse. On the flip side, the Bengals are in a tough spot. Hendrickson wants out, or at least wants a new deal that the Bengals are reluctant to fully commit to. By trading him now, the Bengals can recoup valuable draft capital, a second-rounder and a fifth-rounder in 2026, which they can use to continue building around their young core, including quarterback Joe Burrow. Yes, it's not a blockbuster haul. Some fans and analysts may feel the Bengals could have pushed for more. But given the circumstances, Hendrickson's contract demands and his unwillingness to play out his deal, the Bengals likely decided it's better to get something now rather than risk losing him for nothing in free agency next year. This deal also allows the Bengals to avoid potential locker room distractions and focus on keeping their roster balanced, heading into what's shaping up to be a competitive AFC season. So, what does this mean for the NFL landscape? For Detroit, acquiring Hendrickson signals serious intent to bolster their defense and make a deep playoff run. The Lions have been a team on the rise, and this move could be the missing piece to push them into the elite tier. For Cincinnati, it's a risky but calculated move. Trading a top pass rusher is never easy, but with Joe Burrow leading the offense and solid young talent all around, the Bengals are betting their draft picks and future planning will keep them in contention. The key to watch now is how Hendrickson performs in Detroit, and how quickly he and Hutchinson can form that feared pass-rushing tandem. For Bengals fans, the hope is that the draft picks acquired can be turned into players who help fill the void and continue the team's upward trajectory. Before we wrap up, here's a quick reminder. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Trey Hendrickson trade situation, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more NFL updates and insider analysis. Drop a comment below. What do you think about the Bengals trade haul? Is it a win or a loss for Cincinnati? And how do you see Hendrickson fitting with the Lions defense? Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more NFL news, rumors, and highlights right here.